Hi, my name is Rissi Palmer and welcome to my home. Today, instead of doing music for the What the Hell A Thon, I'm gonna help you make something to make you feel good. We're gonna make food, children. Because if you're like me, you've been home trying to teach old school math to someone who only knows common sense.
Hi, my name is Grace. How are you doing?
And dealing with that sort of thing. So again, if you're like me, you've been eating your feelings. And why not make your feelings yummy? So we are going to do
s'mores cookies.
quarantine s'mores cookies.
S'mores cookies.
So come closer.
More s'mores
Come closer.
cookies.
And look, we've already laid it out.
Sugar, brown sugar.
What you're gonna
chocolate
need,
chips.
shh, Grace. What you're gonna need is the following. You're gonna need a cup of butter.
You have to sample each ingredient.
No, you're gonna need a cup of tiny marshmallows.
You're going to need some chocolate chips.
You're gonna need a cup of chocolate chips.
You need to get a bowl of rice.
You're gonna, it's not that. You're gonna need a cup of brown sugar. Don't get a close up of my thumb. My hands are dry from lots and lots of washing my hands.
A cup of, you need a
cup of white
sugar.
sugar. Because the brown and the white are gonna commingle together.
You need some of this white stuff that nobody knows.
And then you're gonna have a half a teaspoon of baking soda, not to be confused with powder. It can ruin your day. Oh my God! We just knocked over. Go get the vanilla.
Failure is going on here. Where is
You're gonna need a teaspoon of baking powder. That's what this is. You're gonna need a teaspoon of salt. We use Himalayan pink sea salt. And you're gonna need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. All right.
I can't get it.
And you're gonna need, I was just making sure, I didn't get it on my Rissi Palmer Revival t-shirt, which you can get from RissiPalmerMusic.com/store.
Help.
All right.
Help. I can't get it.
And so I'm gonna just clean this up real quick.
I need help.
And don't look at my butt.
Those are the crazy dogs. Don't pay attention to them.
Like I said,
Their
feelings.
Their names are Nova and Chloe.
Watch out, Grace.
Mine.
Okay.
This is
And
vanilla.
then, last but not least, you're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
Never mess with vanilla and never try to turn it over. It is very messy and it can stain your clothes. Good TED Talk. Bye.
TED Talk. All right. So first, we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. And we're going to put all of the dry ingredients together in this bowl right here. So you're gonna add...
The sugar.
No, you're not gonna add your sugar. You're gonna add your baking soda.
I want to do it, Mom.
Go ahead, baby.
And don't care about proportion.
No, we do care about proportions. That's why we measured everything. Lord, these children. All right.
Oh, and then you're going to put this in.
That's the baking powder.
And then you're going to put this salt in.
Yes, you're going to have to put the salt
But don't put that whole thing in or it'll be salty. And nobody will want to eat your cookies and everybody will leave your party.
And then you just want to just arbitrarily just mix that around so it's evenly. Oh, and you hear that beeping?
Beep, beep.
You hear that beeping, children?
It's me.
No. It's the oven, which has now somehow been knocked onto 400.
I didn't mean to do that.
Don't do that. So, we'll just mix that around there.
You spilled the vanilla.
No, I got some more. All right, now we're ready for our wet ingredients.
This is the wet.
So Grace.
Yes? I'm just going to mix them all.
We're going to put together our butter. Get the butter.
Okay, I'm going to pour it in. Is this all the butter that we need?
Yeah, actually just leave the butter in there.
Okay.
And then you're gonna put
This is butter.
No, Now, what you want with your butter is you want your butter to be soft.
See how soft this is?
Is our butter soft?
Yes, it's cream.
Girl, it is. It's soft.
Cream.
And do you like my shirt? This is from Violet Bell. This is some Violet Bell merch, and you can get that from violetbell.com. Again, violetbell.com.
Let's pay attention to the cookies.
All right. So we have
I want to do it.
1 cup of butter.
Let me do it.
Hold on.
It's so mean. I want to do it.
And by the way, do you hear that music that's playing in the background? That's Bill Withers. I'm trying to raise my children right. And so we're playing a little Bill Withers today to honor the awesome and amazing songwriter, griot, all of that.
Here are dogs. Marshmallow time. Pour all your marshmallows.
All right. So now we're gonna put our sugar, mix our sugars together.
Wow. That's some great sugar, Mom.
All right. And this oven, we're gonna combine the sugars.
The sugars?
The sugars.
The sugars.
We're gonna combine them into this bowl here.
Can I mix it?
Just press down.
Okay.
And you know the one really important thing that we didn't say, but we did do, because I'm kind of weird about that. I'm kind of a germaphobe a little bit. A germaphobe. A germaphobe.
What's a germaphobe?
Germaphobe. So we washed our hands. And we washed our hands for the long chorus of I Will Survive. That is what I sing every time I wash my hands. Get a good lather and sing I Will Survive.
I will survive.
Try it. It's fun.
I can't do it.
All right.
That's heavy.
It is. But this is what's going to make your cookies buttery and delicious
Nice
and
yummy.
yummy and full of fatty goodness. These are the things that feelings are made of.
Oh, and
White and brown sugar and butter.
by the way, we used what's it called? The other kind of butter we used.
What?
Girl,
what?
I said the other kind of butter.
The other kind of butter.
Yeah, we used regular butter and then we used the vegan butter.
Well, yeah, we had to use a mixture because we've run out of butter, regular butter. All right.
It should look like Rice Krispies a little.
No, it shouldn't look like Rice Krispies, but it should.
It's just
All right. And now we're going to add in our vanilla young helper.
I am the help.
Be careful.
I'm very good. I'm a little clumsy, but please don't show. Okay. Oh.
We added in
And
our
then you're
vanilla.
gonna mix it up.
Wait.
Oh.
And then we're going to put in our eggs.
Oh, can I crack the eggs?
And these eggs were donated to the Stitman family by our lovely neighbors, Carrie and Dave. Thanks, Carrie and Dave. They have chickens, and so these are fresh, happy chickens.
Next we do the egg. I want to do
There you go,
egg.
darling. And you're going to put the shells into your compost bin if you compost.
Ew.
All right.
Egg juice doesn't feel good.
No, egg juice does not feel good. It's gross and weird. All right. All right. Then you're going to get your handy dandy hand mixer.
Oh, and just so you remember, you might have to clean up a few times. Especially if you spill vanilla.
All right, and you're going to take your hand mixer.
Or a manual mixer.
But preferably a hand mixer because hand mixers are awesome. This was a gift from my mother-in-law, and this is truly one of my most favorite things that I've ever been given. Which says a lot about me. And I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, Rissi, are you wearing big hoop earrings while you cook? Yes. Because if you're not wearing big hoop earrings while you're cooking, are you really cooking? All right, you can smell the buttery deliciousness. The way God intended.
No.
Huh? Grace just whispered to me that no kids are watching this. Probably not. All right.
Yes, they are. This is for my class. A little dance
Now
party.
you're gonna mix your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients. Yes, thank you, helper.
Which we mixed earlier.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay.
Sorry, honey.
I'm gonna clean up now. Okay.
And you just
Try
gonna
not
mix
to
this.
drop. Okay.
Yes, try not to. Oh
drop,
wow. See, this is where the mess comes in.
Okay, Mom. Where's the sponge?
It's in the sink. As you can see, Grace has taken on my clean as you go tendencies. She gets that from her father and I. We both tend to be a little clean as we go. I know you can't tell that I'm very clean right now, but I like for things to be orderly. Kind of.
Kind of. Oh, Mom, is that okay? There's
It's
like
fine.
flour and stuff on that.
And see, this is another reason why it's good to have children around.
Excuse me.
Because they can pick up the flour and things for you. All right. Get that nice and mixed together. Oh, these smell so good. Oh, they smell so good. Yes, child. All right, and then sometimes you just want to get in there with your hands just to make sure that I'm sorry, to make sure that it gets all mixed together with the flour.
And you want to clean up the flour too if you mess up.
I want to give a shout out to my husband right now for filming us and trying not to laugh and say things and interject in between. Appreciate you. Oh, wow.
Wow.
And then also I just want to give a shout out to NorthStar Church for doing this, for raising money, the good people of NorthStar. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what your dough should ultimately look like. Oh, yum. Yes. Oh. Okay. So we're gonna do that.
Then you're
See? What are you doing?
I was about to do something, but I didn't.
What were you about to do? You about to slap me, weren't you?
No.
On the butt.
No.
I know you're hard. All right. And now, the best part, you need to add. Go ahead, Grace. This is what makes the cookies a s'more.
Chocolate!
It's chocolate.
And
And what else, Grace?
marshmallows!
And marshmallows. All right, Grace. So what are you going to do now for them? For the good people? What do you do now?
Mix it up.
Mix it up.
Okay, that didn't work how well.
I can't remember if I've already talked about what your oven should be on, but
You
your
didn't.
oven should be on 375, preheated and ready to go.
Red?
It should be ready to go.
Oh, and by the way, red means ready.
Yes.
If you don't know what that means, which I'm sure like 50% of you don't know what that means.
50%? It's a high percentage. All right. Oh, am I? Do you like my shirt? If you like this shirt, you can go to sonicpieproductions.com and get yourself one. They are so soft and oh so lovely.
They feel like pillows that have been soaked in pillows for years.
They feel like pillows that have been soaked in pillows.
Like Barnet pillows. pillows.
Also, do you like my 1970s Tupperware? This is from my mom and dad. This was a wedding gift when they got married, and they never used it, and they left it in my grandma's basement. And so when I got my first apartment, my grandma let me go through the basement, and I found these.
And she's had it for
Alright.
a few years now.
Yeah, more than a few years. Mommy's past having her first apartment. All right. So you get the marshmallows and the chocolate chips mixed in there real good.
You don't want any excess ones like as you can see right now, but you have to mix it up as much as you can so they all are fit into the mix and there isn't any spaces that are really bald. If you get what I mean.
Really bald. That was a joke towards her daddy. Because he don't have no hairs. All right. All right.
As you can see, this is how it's supposed to look like.
So what you gonna do prior to, that rhyme. What you're gonna do prior to making your cookies is get 2 cookie sheets out. And you're gonna line it with parchment paper. Now, I like big cookies because what else are you gonna eat while you watch Netflix tonight? So you're gonna take, I use a 2 tablespoon scooper.
Oh,
And by the way, if you're wondering what all that noise is, that is Nova.
She's a baby.
Is also cheering us on here.
Nova, say hi.
Hi, Nova.
Say hi to the camera. Say it.
She's like, oh, wow. That's really And that's Nona, the dog.
This is Nona. Sit. Nona, sit. Sit.
Yes.
And this is Chloe.
Yes, Nona and Chloe. All right, here we go. So, I feel like Brian, go on and make a cameo. No? Okay, he shook his head no. And Nova is dancing to Bill Withers right now. All right, so you're gonna take your 2 tablespoon scooper and you're going to scoop out your cookies. Can you just imagine how good this is gonna be? Maybe you get you some ice cream.
Oh, and they taste really good in vanilla ice cream. Especially if you add some hot cocoa with them because it goes perfect with the thing with s'mores.
And you get your little, and you set them out so they don't spread into each other.
They have to look nice like this, but don't worry about making them flat because they're going to get flat when you bake them.
Okay, Nona, hush. And then what you're gonna
Hush.
do is, you wanna make sure that your marshmallow to chocolate chip ratio is right. So you may have to take some things out and add other things in.
As you can see, like this one, it has a bunch of marshmallows in it.
But it also has a lot of chocolate chips in it too. Like, I think that's a pretty perfect ratio right there.
Yes.
All right, and because I make my cookies so big,
You have to spread
you don't
them
really
out.
get a lot on the thing, but that's all right,
Because they're going to be like a certain, if you make big ones like these ones that you can see right now, they're going to get about like this size. But if you make like balls like about this small, they're going to get about like this big.
And see, and this is a nice, wholesome activity that you can do with your children, and or your child, or your loved one, your bae, your boo, your quarantine bae, and you know, you guys can have a good time and eat cookies and talk about life.
Yeah, life is crazy.
From the lips of an 8-year-old, life is crazy. All right, so now we've got our 2.
Staring into nothing.
All right.
Okay, as you can see over here,
And now we're gonna put these in the oven.
a very hot oven, so always have parent supervision or grown-up supervision, or if you're like a teenager, you can do it by yourself.
Right, just don't burn anything down.
And if you're
Alright.
a teenager, you should still use an oven.
And now we're gonna let these cookies
As you can see, this is what it should
We're gonna let the cookies cook for 8 to 10 minutes.
So now we're
in
gonna
the
have
oven.
some entertainment.
So
Entertainment.
I'm gonna let Grace do whatever she was about to do. What were you about to do?
No.
So, after about 10 minutes, or when your cookies are barely brown on the top, you're gonna take them out of the oven. And here's what they look like. They look like delicious, sort of kind of s'mores, minus the graham cracker. All right.
The cookie is sort of like the graham crackers, so don't worry if you're a s'mores lover.
And so what you're gonna wanna do is let these sit for 2 minutes before you put them on a cooling rack. And if you don't have a cooling rack, just put them on a cookie sheet that you're not using to bake with. Something that's cool, and let them sit. And let them sit for like 5 minutes. And then have a cookie. But like, real talk, I hope you guys are all out there doing well and taking care of yourselves and looking out for everybody else and staying 6 feet away and practicing good hand washing and social distancing. And we're gonna get through this. We're gonna be all right. And if you need help, don't resist to reach out and ask for it. And thank you again to NorthStar, and thank you for coming to my house. And I hope you like your s'mores cookies.
Bye.
Bye.